Questions? What's your assessment of that, Brian, for an opening night performance?
Okay to good. Good start. You know, I'm really pleased we won, and a lot of tackling practice there for us. But you know, there'll be a better version of Warrington there. I thought they were like us in that, you know, a bit one-dimensional at times. And you know, the last play I thought from Warrington would epitomise their performance. It just, I'm not being critical. I'm making mention that they'll be better than that tonight. You know, for them just to show and go on last play for the game, it made it easier version of us, you know, to defend. And you know, we'll need to be better than what we were. But that said, we did have a lot of possession to defend near our try line, so it would be wrong for me to not recognise that and give me players credit for it.
Pleasing thing, Brian, the desire that you showed to protect the line the second half.
Well, that's my point. I don't think that quite. You know, listen, we're talking about Super League, so you're saying, you know, you have a version of 5 drives and a kick near our try line on goal line D. I'd be very disappointed if my team didn't defend that. You know, in about 5 rounds' time, Warrington will be coming up with a hell of a lot more than what they threw at us tonight, and that's when you can start questioning my team's desire. When you get tempted to go do one thing, but then you've got to quickly race and go save a try somewhere else. I didn't think we had to do that too much tonight.
You've not got a great record here, Brian, in Super League.
Yeah, where's Tony Smith when you need him? Right? 7 years I've been coming here, and I'm going to win in the league.
So therefore, how pleasing are you to come here and get the 2 points as you did?
It's good, yeah, for sure. It's good. It's a big moment, isn't it? Because I'm sick of coming in here and explaining why we lost. But yeah, good start, good win.
I don't think too many people have had JJB down as first try scorer of the season for you, but it started well for you again.
It was an obscure kick, wasn't it, from Mooney? I can't work out the way he does those things on purpose or whether he just makes them up. But it caught everybody out, and it was a great take from Jonesy.
Richie Miley's first start in a competitive game for Leeds. How do you feel he went?
Very good. Very good. I thought all 3 of our debuts went good. He just added a little bit of cohesion. You know, we looked cohesive tonight. Some of our goal line attack I thought was good, but you know, we clearly need to be better as well. We had a lot of possession near Warrington's try line in the first half, and it didn't come up with much, which I'd be disappointed with. But our overall performance was good. Some moments in it which were silly. I thought our game management for the final 15 minutes was crazy. But then you've got to give Warrington credit. They didn't want to lose either. You could say they weren't going to lose the game easy.
For all of your performance is going to have to get better throughout the season. You're not going to see many better tries than Rhinos second one, are you?
Well, if that splits the game, that's where I find myself fortunate as a coach, because you know, if you've got players in your team that can do that, that's not about coaching. That's Ryan as an athlete. So it was a great. You know, that's what Super League's about, isn't it? You know, seeing moments like that. Good to see him like that. Ryan came back from the World Cup in great shape. You'd imagine after such a long period in camp, you know, he's draining, that you come back, you'd have to do some work with him, but both him and Callum have come back really fresh and keen for it, and Ryan's looked very good in training. He looks sharp down that wing there. To take on Stefan as well is not an easy task done, so you know, credit to him.
How's Jack Walker? He seemed to take a fair old whack at the end for that line.
Yeah, I think he's got to get used to that. That's just his job, isn't it? But I thought he was great. I thought he took some really difficult high balls, albeit not under pressure, but you still need to take him. But he's just got this ability. He's got an understanding in his game where he needs to get to the ground on kick returns. And some fullbacks, especially young ones, don't have that. They're all about trying to beat people too much and sidestep people too much, and as a result of it, they get picked up and driven back too much. For a young kid, you never see him get driven back. And I'm not letting any secrets out. All coaches will know this, and they're all trying to get underneath him and try and drive him back. He's almost like he's sellotaped to the floor sometimes. He's great with it, and he got us on the front foot, especially in the first half, quite often. And for a young man to have that in his game, to do that, you've got to run to break tackles. And he's not the biggest of blokes, and he's not the strongest of blokes just yet. So he does cop for some of them, and that's cops for a whack every now and again. And that's what I'm saying about, that's just his game. He has to come up with that. And then the drop at the end kept it interesting, didn't it?
It might come out, Brian, but why is he dispensed with headgear?
I don't know. I I think he had some sort of. I think I did have a conversation with him about it. Don't know. He had an operation when he was a kid, I think. That's a left field. I don't even know if that's true. I'm just going to say it. I think he had an operation as a kid. He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
I knew I spoke to him about it. I've advised him that he doesn't need it. So.
It's only his 11th or 12th professional game, Brian. Are you surprised by how far down in his development he appears to be for a young kid who's not played so much first grade rugby?
Yeah, I am. I was surprised last year. He has all the good players do. They just look like they've got time, and he seems to have time for himself. And you know, there'll be moments where he'll be off. There'll be moments this year where he crashes and burns. I'm sure there's no drama with that because that's what happens. But he's got the personality to deal with it. I think it could be very good.
Overall, does that performance put you in good stead for Melbourne? Because you said you were going to judge these 2 games, see where you were.
No, I don't think Melbourne will be shaking in the boots looking at that. It's not about that either. I don't think. You know, we're not going to beat OKR and then I'm going to put my thumb and say now we're ready for Melbourne. I just need to get to Melbourne without having too much to work on. You know, so my group and my players are in good shape and we're confident about what we can do. You know, there's no secret that we're going to have to go to Melbourne and do something a little bit more, something different. I'm not going to do that in the first 2 rounds of Super League, you know. So we have to hit Melbourne with something that they've never been hit with before and sustain that. And there is no training for that. We just parachute ourselves in there for a week, go try and do it and get back out there again. It's a massive task we've got. I believe it can be done though. But what I don't want to do is get to Melbourne and having to explain away 2 awkward performances in Super League so far. That's what I'm talking about. So I want to get through these, want to win them for sure, want to play really well, and then board the plane towards Melbourne with not too many concerns about Super League.